Good evening, everyone. I do believe we are live. Welcome, welcome to this sort of rather improvised Monday night, hastily put together uh, quick fire round to get the four games out of the way. Slightly unexpected with the whole split of the game week, but we'll see how quickly. I think it was like 4 or 5 weeks before it catches up again, but we'll see. Evening to everyone who's joined already. Ross, Steve, Alex, Scott. Good to see people who aren't even playing turning up. I mean, that's dedication. So appreciated. We shall have a quick look at the fixture lineup, of course, for the evening, if it's working. East Coast against Badgers, Exiles against Dudley, Haggers against Los Santos, and Sloss against Staggington. Already received notification from Alf that he's not going to make it. Some Oldham related things, presumably. And I see Alex is here, so that's an obvious one to kick off with. We have also got Haggers against Los Santos. I very much doubt that Mr. Campbell will be able to make it. And Scott is here, so that's another one we can head off with. Same for the Dudley against Exiles. Not playing on a scouting mission. Well done, Ross. Hopefully you'll see what you came to see. So Steve's here. Neil, I doubt will make it, so we can head on with that one as well, and we'll say Badgers and East Coast. Oh, and Tato's here as well. So just need Dimble to turn up really, and we've got a full house in terms of the available managers or the people who we're expecting. But as mentioned, we'll probably do slots against Stackington first. I think is the one that the game picked for us anyway. I can see that Alex's name is already selected. Indeed, it's a dream face-off, says Tato there. The East Coast and Badgers, the reigning and pre-reigning champions, facing off their tough away game going to East Coast, but we'll see how that pans out. Um, so first up, we'll do slots against Stackington. Neither side got off to a brilliant start, 14th against 13th. They'll no doubt be looking to change that, but with a win for either side, the other one is pretty much guaranteed 14th. But we'll see what the goal scores will be like. Alex has made a number of changes, unsurprisingly and thankfully. Interesting one is that he's risking Joe Cole, who's on a 90% fitness, but has been deemed fit enough to play apparently. So we'll see how that works out. But apart from that, it's a bit of a change in terms of the tactics as well. He's gone with a flat DMC line of 5 players there, which of course inspired by other previous formations in the Super League. Haggis had this in the old days, and I guess that's what Rocks are putting out now as well. Inzaghi starts, and that's where the goals are going to come from, I think, for Thackington this season. So very important to have him involved. And Marvin Andrews, big preacher man there at the back next to Viali, and Ika Casillas in goal. Shea Given is on the bench. So looking interesting for Stackington. They've certainly done a few things after the not so great opening fixture. Meanwhile, their opponents, Sloths, minor changes. Alan Shearer in for Alan Smith up at the top. Eldar Mehmetovic swaps with Brooking, and Håkan Mill comes in at the at DMC for whoever was playing there last time out. Biscan probably was it? I forget. Yeah, I think it was Biscan who played there last time out. So the first game of the evening is going to be Sloths against Staggington, and we will see how this one unfolds. Um, of course, I have some instructions from Alf. He's not here, and of course, Alex, as you're here, instructions as usual. Um, Good start for Sloths. Look as if they have had most of the ball anyway in the first 10 minutes. Neither side have really sort of threatened yet. We're on 50 minutes now, and it looks as if Joe Cole's getting involved here for Stackington. We saw, of course, that, and here it is. We saw, of course, that Ryan Giggs, that gamble paid off well for Potato last time out. It's not paid off for Alex here, unfortunately for him. Um, he says Rivaldo, please. So that's a straight swap. That's a shame. Oh, that's gonna be not gonna be right. That's gonna be Rivaldo coming in there. And we shall continue towards halftime. 12 minutes left to play of the first half. And it's Sloth with the first goal of the season for Amoroso. Bit of a surprise, but Inzaghi hit straight back at them. As mentioned, that is where the goals are most likely to come from Stackington, and they find the equaliser just after Sloth put Amoroso in front. Look at the halftime stats. Both sides have only had one shot on target, so not been that dramatic and interesting, but nevertheless, quite a tense first half. If we look at the Sloth stats, no one is on a 5 and no one is below 75 fitness. So Alp is going to roll with this for sure. Um, Meanwhile, over at Stackington, let's have a look. Oh, who got the assist actually? Unassisted for Amoroso. It was Konstantin Galka. Bit of a surprise inclusion, but he's proven his manager right by opening the scoring there. Sorry, providing the assist for the for Inzaghi opening his account for Stackington. Decent overall performance. Steve Finnan has done particularly well. He's on an 8. Not anything else really of note. I think we will see if Alex wants to do anything or if he's happy to roll until 60 minutes. Evening, Mr. Edwards. Good of you to join us. Always appreciated. And a big thanks, of course, to both Steve and to Ian Edwards for the lovely videos. Good to see that the videos have made a bit of a return. I think it's something that um, could have been made more of back in the day. It kind of died off a little bit, but great to see it back. I hope you enjoyed making them as much as the rest of us enjoyed watching them. Um, Alf says okay until 60. So, oh, sorry, Alex says okay until 60. So we will roll with that. Battaglia takes up an arm. There's Alke with a free kick. Finnan, who had such a great first half, keeps getting involved and keeps trying to create down that flank. Um, Decent attacking options actually Stackington have. Rivaldo, of course, did relatively good last season as well, to the surprise of some. But oh, and there was Viali, he blasted against the top corner, but couldn't find the net. Bit of an unfortunate situation that the chance actually fell to him. We will quickly go over to the Sloth stat first. Everyone is so no one meets the substitution criteria, so we shall carry on. Over at Stackington, it's 7 and 6s. There's still an 8 for Steve Finnan. Fitness wise, you're looking okay. Binotto and Morientes are the options on the bench. Alex, if you want to make any changes, who up top? But who? Morientes for Lopez. Sorry, I missed that. There we go, and we keep Rivaldo centralized. Let me know if you want Inzaghi on the left or the right hand side, or if you have any preference. Otherwise, we will leave it as this. A gamble that could pay off. Inzaghi on the left, excellent. A gamble that could pay off. Inzaghi historically has been proven to do very well on his own, but Alex is one of those managers who can get the two up top working probably, just like Haggis has proven time and time again. It is definitely possible. We will see how the last half hour pans out. It's Amoroso coming forward for Sloths trying to get the breakthrough there. 20 minutes to play. It has been a lot of Sloths since we resumed the action, but Staggington definitely not out of it yet. They have their own chances, and Ika Casillas holding firm in goal. Marvin Andrews, I think it was, picking up the yellow card there. There comes Rivaldo going forward, unable to get Inzaghi or his strike partner Lopez involved. Last couple of minutes now to play. Let's see. Makalila picks up a yellow card for that tackle on Finnan. There's Shearer and Amoroso combining. Sloth trying everything they can, throwing everything at it here at the end, but it remains 1-1. Good result for the away side, probably more than the home side. 3 shots on target to both teams, so fairly even and fairly deserved result, presumably to Reba West on a 9. Amoroso man of the match with a 9 as well for Sloth. An overall decent performance from them, and not as wasteful as they have been in the past. Tato says he'll take a draw here, and Alex took the draw. Steve Finnan on an 8. Nice positive impact coming up. I think he's not played that much. No, indeed, he didn't play at all at Foss Road after being very popular at Sancte. Um, So he's a new face. Ian Hart has not featured a lot either. So interesting to see how he will get on if he'll get more game time. Overall, a solid performance. Filippo Inzaghi, of course, with the goal. Steve right there with the hearts for Steve Finnan, big supporter there. Morientes did well, so overall not a bad game for either manager. Sloth not as wasteful as usual, and Stackington finding the back of the net and a decent formation, and obviously very nice to get that 0 in the point column away as early as possible. So decent game that. We continue with Exiles against Dudley. Neil's Exiles up against Dudley Hill of D. Steve's only change, I believe, was getting Desai in a DMC for Good Johnson. Everything else is as is after the opening 3-1 win against Sanctane. Exiles, just to keep a change, Costanzo's back in for Riot, of course. They had a decent 2-0 victory against Stackington, and overall looking fairly solid. Were Exiles. They're at home, and we'll see if they can continue their good run of form, or if it'll be Dudley who will be sitting on 6 points after this. We kick off Exiles against Dudley Hill. Collins, of course, it was with the 3 goals in the opener for Dudley, but it's Vincente who looked to have opened scoring for Exiles, but the goal was ruled out for offside. Bit of a shock there for the Dudley Hill manager who is in attendance, and instead is Nikiforenko. There was a lot of talk about the 2 AMCs for Dudley Hill, whether they would be able to deliver. And Nikiforenko, and I thought that was David Collins who had the ball at the back of the net. It was, but that was also ruled out. Hectic start here in the first half. 2 goals ruled out, one for either side. Nikiforenko is the difference so far. Very, very exciting stuff here. Plenty of chances. Kind of hard to keep up. Getting used to the slightly slower tempo. And there is Thomas Schmutz from that central midfield role with a long arrow coming forward for Exiles and finding the equaliser just before halftime. Dudley Hill notoriously difficult to score against, but Schmutz has found a way. Um, Very exciting first half. 7 shots for Exiles, only 3 for Dudley Hill, but it is 1-1 as we go into half time here. There's a 9 for Nesta at the back. There's a 9 for Tomasi as well. Smooch is on a 7, and Costanzo's on a 6. Coming in for Riot. Vicente, of course, had that goal ruled out for offside. Charlie K is already on a yellow. That won't bother him. He probably won't get sent off. Usually doesn't. Over at Dudley, it's Desai with an 8 and the assist. Gattuso's the only one who's disappointing slightly there on a 6, and then the whole back line are not knowing particularly well. We'll see if Steve wants to do anything now or if we roll till 60. Neil not being in attendance this evening, as far as I'm aware, we will just go with Steve's instructions. Steve says roll till 60. That is exactly what we're going to do. Um, See if Nikiforenko and Collins can combine. That's such a shame that that was ruled out. Excellent interlink and play between those two. Here comes Cafu forward. Obviously, Steve's hoping for some assist from both of his sort of Brazilian wingers or fullbacks there coming forward. I think it was Dyer who went out after only getting 3 or perhaps 4 assists. Will we see a goal from Collins? No, we will not. Just on the 60-hour mark, there was a bit of action there from Dudley, but failed to turn it into a true opportunity. Apologies. A quick look at Exiles first. Damiano Tomaso still on a 9. Everyone else doing kind of okay. No fitness concerns or anything else that would warrant a substitution. So we're going to go straight to Dudley Hill. Um, Performance-wise, Roberto Carlos is the only one on a 6. Oh, actually, Gattuso and Thierry Henry as well. Thierry Henry left out to dry a little bit there. Maybe we will see Luca Toni or Franca come in up top to see if they can provide a bit of a different outlet. Wasn't that a chance for Collins that he placed over? Well, you can't get it all. Sometimes the game counts in mysterious ways, indeed, indeed. Um, Maybe we will see big Luca Toni coming on. That's probably one of the most obvious, but as Steve says, let it run. He's got faith in Thierry Henry, or he hopes that Thierry Henry will do something. Faith or trust, I don't know which of the two, or if it's the kind of the same. Two sides of the same coin. We kick it off, half an hour left to play, and Maldini comes forward, and there is Collins again with a big chance for him. Somehow misses the target. You've got to be nervous with Exiles and their sort of aura of potential goal scorers. It could come from anywhere you feel with them. They've got Vieira, of course, but there's plenty of danger in that side anyway. Here comes Thierry Henry. Could he win it? He couldn't. Will he get another chance? No, it's Vieri with the late goal for Exiles on 90 minutes. Home side have sealed the deal. 3 points goes to Exiles. They move to 6 points. And Dudley Hill, who really struggled to contain the opponents this evening, 6 and 3. Not excellent in terms of creativity from them either. Um, an assist for Smooch as well, but he somehow doesn't get the man of the match award. That goes to Damiano Tomasi with 44 passes, 33 completed. But look at the tackling from the central midfield, the central defensive midfielder, 17, 13, and 8. What else has he got in the back? He's got 4 interceptions to go with that and 5 runs. Um, that is that's a strong performance. That's a very strong performance from the Exiles there, with the late winner as well. Lots of eights and nines in those ratings. We look at Dudley Hill. Defensively, it just didn't really work out. Maldini and Carlos just couldn't cope with whoever was getting at them. And David Collins got a six there. I think he missed three of those chances. One of them was on target, of course. And Terry Henry not covering himself in glory either. Maybe something for the manager to consider. Nicky Forenko though got on the score sheet with an 8. So, solid performance by Exiles. Mr. Edwards says the Exiles look strong, got them next two. Yeah, difficult games coming up. Exiles, of course, were pushing hard into that promotion, into that playoff situation last season, and it kind of fizzled out for them a little bit. But it looks as if they've started strong this year. Um, Tato hates the Exiles. That's fair enough. And Dimble is here just in time, just what the doctor orders. Mr. Dimble turns up just as we turn on for Boothtown Badgers against East Coast. We'll do this one next. And I believe that Boothtown were unchanged. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. Um, they did have a 1-1 draw with Northern Burn, of course, decent game, a decent result for them. Um, anything? Are we waiting for Davids to come back? Of course, that's the big name that's due to come back in. So we shall see how Badgers do against East Coast this evening. East Coast with a couple of changes. We've got what's his name again? Rustico coming in for Baldini. Ambrosini is coming in. Emerson's coming in. Mendes de Silva and Ado drop to the nowhere and to the bench respectively. And the front sort of setup is kept very much the same. East Coast, of course, were initially struggling a little bit against Stanley, eventually found the winner, and they're sitting on 3 points. Can they join Exiles on 6? Or will it be Badgers who will end up on 4 points after this one with their draw in that first game against Marin? Last season's champions against the previous season's champions is East Coast against Badgers. While I desperately try to get my voice back, we can see that East Coast have made slightly the better start. It looks as if they've had more of the possession and the chances, certainly. After 15 minutes, and now Constantino with a chance there, but unable to find the back of the net. Ryan Giggs comes forward, connects with Chigalco. That's a match made in heaven, that isn't it? But yet to provide goal in this one. Jake's getting plenty involved. And oh my goodness, does it get any worse than this for Tato? Uh, Ledenev misses the penalty and Chigalko picks up an injury. Very, very dramatic here in 36 minutes. And we're getting Armin Puccini or Maxim Chigalko. Um, some of the Tato favorites coming on here. I don't know if Reyes, he's not on the bench. Keane is there. We will see. But yeah, it's been hectic. It's been hectic so far, and a missed penalty. Ben Bartes earning his money this evening, and instead is Ronaldinho. But another goal ruled out for offside, the third or fourth this evening. Well, that's kind of spectacular. And there's goals. No one is picking up Paul Scholes' run from midfield, and he puts East Coast in front. There was some conversations going on about East Coast and Sealy is moving out and what else is happening. But Paul Scholes seems to have found his feet in that role. Jesus, says Tato. Well, it has been pretty much East Coast in terms of creating chances and shots on target. Badgers have struggled a little bit apart from that penalty, which was eventually saved. Very good at hitting the target here. Scholes, Constantino, and Ronaldinho, and Kowalczyk as well. That is a bit of a spanking from current champions that is being dished out at the moment. No assist for Scholes, just casually strolled up and put the ball over the back of the net. Shimkoviak, who didn't do have a great first game for East Coast, if memory serves, is also on a 6. Perhaps we'll see Castroman later on, but presumed Dimble is going to go as is for halftime. Meanwhile, it's a wonderful selection of 5 and 6s with the odd 8. Darren Fletcher struggling in central midfield, led in ever with a 5 after missing that penalty. Neil Scally has not been impressive either. He's on a 5. A yellow card for him. Yab Stam, the captain, on a 6. It's not going to please his manager too much either. He has got Robbie Keane and Neil Lennon on the bench as the sort of obvious replacements for anyone who he's taken a disliking to. But we'll see if Tatum wants to do anything at this stage. I thought Giggs had a decent-ish first half. I mean, I certainly saw him creating a fair bit in the first 20-25. It looks as if he's stuck on a 6. Um, Here we go with this. Fletcher off for Keane. Push him to AMC. Extend Giggs out to the top. There we go. There we go. Excellent. We'll run this till 60 and we'll see if that has any effect. So far, the first 5 minutes, not really. There comes Ronaldinho. There's Kovalchuk. Um, Shirt pulled by Ledenev. That's a yellow card for him. That's a lovely contribution. You just need an own goal and a red card, and he's got the full house and a goal. I don't know if anyone ever got that. And there we go. That was all. Mackay picks up an injury just on 60 minutes. Tato, I'm sorry, but it's bad news. We'll start with you. You have got Roy Mackay picking up an injury. That's another thing to deal with. I'm not sure how you want to play this. I mean, Neil Lennon can play a creative AMC role, can't he? That should be possible. Most obvious would probably be swap Neil Lennon on, put Keane there, oh, he's going attacking. Neil Lennon on for Mackay. Excellent. Move Scally to MC. Lennon can stay at AMC. Dirty Cosmos tonight. I'm guessing you want Lennon in there. Otherwise, let me know and I'll swap them back. But that kind of makes a little bit more sense, I guess. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at East Coast and see if Dimple wants to do anything. Ah, give Lennon the arrow. Okay, no worries, man. Uh, all right, well, we'll see if, if that's enough to find a way back into this one. Sorry, apologies. I'll just have a quick look at the stats here. 8 for Emerson. Nothing that stands out in terms of tackling or passing. So that's your lot, Dimple. If you want to make any changes, I can put the condition, but I think it was all good. Let me go back to match rating. Uh, yeah, I don't know if we will see Castroman or if Shimkoviak gets another run. They are winning 1-0, so maybe not too much to worry about here. Um, Everyone else seems to be doing pretty well. Iron Robin on a yellow, though, could also be someone. We will get to see Castroman, and that will be us until full time. Let's see if Neil Lennon can make the difference here. You never know. Oh my goodness, Ronaldinho headbutting people. I don't know what you'll do here, Dimble. Maybe just an arrow on Scholes. Um, but yeah, I mean, tricky, tricky what you do in such a situation. You're 1-0 up against a very unpredictable opponent, and you go a man down. There's still 20 minutes left to play. This is where the big managers they really earn their trust. Is that what you say? Earn the coins anyway, by keeping that 1-0 and eventually bringing home the 3 points. We'll see what Dimple decides to do here, and we'll come to badges afterwards. Of course, as I remember, you get a chance to respond in terms of a red card. Scrolls to AMC, Emerson at MC, arrows off the central players. We go like this. Tato says, as is for us. Oh, indeed, you've used all your subs. Sorry, I forgot about that. Exactly. Okay, good, good, good. 20 minutes left to play. We will see We will see what happens here if Neil Scally or anyone else can come up and make the difference here. Maybe a wise move for East Coast to kind of fill it up a little bit with players all along down the spine, not leaving any gaps in the formation. Looks as if Badgers are trying all they can, but East Coast hold firm. Still 14 shots, 8 on target. I believe it was 10 and 8 on half time, so a bit wasteful in the second half. But yeah, a bit of a weird one here, says Tato, and indeed it was. We'll have a look at the Lilian Thuram make amends from that first outing where he got a 6. He's now on a 9 and a Man of the Match award. Apart from that, bit of a sort of a mixed bunch in a couple of situations. Praying for Maxim, worth a one-man band. Headbutting a badger, indeed, indeed. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't make that decision? Praying for Zigalko, 65% fitness. You should be more worried about Roy Mackay, to be completely honest, down on 37. So, but those are your numbers, Tato. Manic game indeed. Missed penalty, 2 injuries, and a red card. You can't complain about the lack of entertainment. Let's see if the entertainment continues this evening. We have the last game. It's Los Santos Kings. They're away to Haggis. I think it's Brosek on for Olisa Davy was the only change for LSK at this point in time. They had the 3-0 win. Let's remind ourselves of that. It was Kalajak with those 2 goals. Um, not worried about Roy Mackay in general, or in particular in terms of his injury. Um, he did well at wing back for whatever Kieran's team was called. I've completely forgotten. Anyway, that's Los Santos Kings. 3-0 victory last time out. Only one change. They face Haggis. Um, a slightly changed Haggis side. Sorry, I shouldn't have clicked forward so quickly. They have, of course, got Calavaro back and Pletkov back. Ibrahim Said is still out injured for another 3 weeks with a groin strain. Churchtown, indeed. Fife also played him as wing back. Indeed, indeed. He did fairly well at Churchtown. Or maybe rose-tinted glasses of the past. Who knows? From memory, he did not do too badly. Anyway, we have got Haggis against Los Santos as the last one, with Haggis going forward. Um, I was going to say a decent response from Los Santos is not really, and Montella has actually opened the scoring for the home side. I believe that Tigers is going to be another tough nut to crack for teams this season with the players at their disposal. Uh, the question is, will they keep the entire squad happy? Um, they've been very difficult to familiar with 4-3 with Saviola and Tony. Aha, indeed. Very hard to break down Haggis. 4 shots, 3 on target. Los Santos wearing their Sancte kit away from home, indeed. Um, it's been pretty much all Haggis. Simao, who's joined them recently, not really. I thought they joined them recently. Who's recently been promoted from the reserves, has not really made much of a deal out of himself so far. I was expecting to see Fico back, but we wait a little bit for that apparently. Meanwhile, Los Santos, Lizarazu is on an 8. Henchos is on a 6 and a yellow. Apart from that, it's not really been that exciting from Los Santos. They've had the troubles getting in behind the lines and actually getting shots on target. We'll see if Scott wants to do anything at halftime or if he's happy to roll until 60. Ian is not here this evening. Play till 60, says Scott. We'll see if anything happens. Do we ever see Haggis away kit white and maroon? I guess when they play Los Santos away, technically they would be in it if Los Santos is in their away kit. But I don't recall it that often. That's probably the only one. Um, but yeah, we'll keep an eye out for the season. Absolutely not a single thing happened in the first 15 minutes of the second half, so I guess we can ignore. Los Santos, Scott, is all yours if you want to make any changes. As mentioned, there was no events took place that could do anything to change your mind in those in those 15 minutes. Although maybe inactivity could make you change your mind. Lee Yong Pyo is there, but Lizarasu is doing very, very well. Maybe also not someone that's going to get you goals. Gonzalez for Sinoni with an arrow, and that is it. We shall do that. Sinoni comes off. Gonzalez comes in. Very creative player, Gonzalez, into the hole there behind the three strikers as they're attacking Brosek and Jax moving forward. An hour to play. Oh, sorry, half an hour to play. And we will see if Los Santos can do something here. And Nelke's name pops up a couple of times. We've still not seen him score. Um, there comes Jeremy's. Of course, Jeremy's one of the big players for Haggis. He is there to make it 2. So, and there's Nelka, just as I said that. Of course, the big man pops up and wants to get involved here. And there is Galajax trying to pull one back for Los Santos. It's too late for them now, for sure. It finishes 3-0 there. Haggis, a very good start to the season for them. Um, Omar Titatse with 2 assists and a 10. Didn't see that one coming. Simao completely turning his game around, getting an assist and a 9. And a full spread of chances for the attackers, both Exiles and Haggis, the two north of the border teams, having a pretty good start so far. And over at Los Santos, Hencho get a 6, Lisa Su on a 7. Apart from that, is a little bit tricky. Tough game for them today, and Haggis just a little bit stronger on the night, unfortunately, and better at converting the chances they had. Um, Chicago get man of the match Tuesday. It's possible. I mean, yeah, he definitely got an. Oh, indeed, he even. Yeah. Indeed, you're absolutely right. Tetratse, the unlikely 34-year-old hero of the Haggis side, they're really getting off to his season off to a flyer here. Um, that's how it leaves the standings. 3 teams with 6 points. Haggis, Exiles, East Coast, and the Haggis yet to concede. A very impressive start to the season for them. We are back to a full schedule for the next round, and it will be Badgers against Fulcaster. Haggis taking on Dudley. Tough game for Haggis if they want to keep that 0 and the perfect record intact. Los Santos takes on Sancte. Tough one for Sancte, facing off against Los Santos, who will no doubt be looking for revenge for that result that they've just suffered there. Northern Bernard homes to Exiles as another interesting one. Staggington against East Coast, tough one for Staggington. Stanley Foss Road and Vikings against Sloths. Vikings, of course, under Steve Bonser. Extra the show. Thanks very much. Indeed, we'll call it here. Appreciate your attention this evening. Thanks for everyone turning up. Good full house ish. Um, Back hopefully with co-coms in the not too distant Thursday. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.